Two Cooks Garden, July 4th, 2021. We've been gone for 17 days, so we weren't here to do this on July 1st. And we've been home for a little over 24 hours, so we've had a chance to kind of tame the jungle that happened while we were gone. This is all the water here is on a timer, so water was not an issue. We thought we had people coming to pick some of the food that we grew, but that didn't happen, so it's all still here for what we've eaten already. So this is our newest addition. It's doing just fine. It's a funny little flower.
African daisy.
That was brand new, I think, last month's video. The Crocosmius is going off. I moved it over here this year so it would stay in its box, be contained and not spread out everywhere. It's doing fine at that. And the glads, these are some fancy glads here. They're doing really well. And there's some sweet peas that are about to flower in between them.
Hold on, I'm gonna get a good picture of these because they're so pretty. This one reminds me of the ruffle on a tuxedo shirt.
And the geisha, it seems to be doing okay. It doesn't seem to be doing phenomenally, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. We've got some summer squash action going on here. And of course the beautiful little flowers.
And we came home to broccoli taking over. That's not here now.
Yeah,
It thought it owned the place and it doesn't.
It totally bolted. It wasn't edible. We've had that with all our broccoli and cauliflower this year. Just we got one head of cauliflower out of probably 15 plants.
It wasn't much of anything.
And here's my next crop of sugar pod peas. I planted those as seed just before we left, and they're doing just fine. We're going to have some snapdragons to go along with them. And then this is a sweet pea that's just about to bloom. And then here's this sugar magnolia. It's a pretty plant. It's got the red flowers. It's got the red peas. They're a little tougher. These are sugar pod peas as well, and they're a little tougher than the green ones. So I don't know if we'll grow them again. You know, if you had a green one and a red one presented to you and you had a choice to eat, you would pick the green one. So we'll probably go back to just growing the green ones.
And you just picked about how many cups yesterday?
Oh, geez.
Like 5 cups worth of these.
Yeah, it was a lot. I mean, there's still some fatties on here. I try to get the fatties off and let the rest of them wait a moment. The oregano is just going crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna trim that back.
And these are these heritage blue sweet peas that I got one plant, and I've been saving the seeds for the last couple of years. And so these are saved seeds from that heritage sweet pea. And these seem to be a different kind of sweet pea, and they're also blue, so we may have thought that it was the same, but it was actually a different kind of plant. And I knew that there was a couple back here that were going to be a different color. So that's all going good. Here's another one of these peach glads, and check out the rose behind it. It's just doing phenomenal. And here's some more of that. That's great. These are butternut squash going in here. We'll see how those do. And of course we have a poppy and a lovely zinnia, bringing us some color.
Onion that are going a little off.
These were green onions, so they were ready to eat when we left, and now they're like beyond ready to eat. That's what can happen to your green onions. And the creeping thyme is doing really well in this corner.
It might be too creepy.
Creeping right along. No, I like it. And that thing, bindweed. The wisteria. It had its flower while we were gone.
A nice bunch of growth.
And it looks like the leafcutter bees really like it. And I was trying to grow a mustard plant down there, and it
didn't work.
Well, it's still growing.
And this is a pile of dahlia bulbs that were in a pot that was dying. So I dumped them all out.
Daffodil.
Not dahlia, daffodil. Yeah, so I need to sort those all out and just give them away to somebody. We haven't tended to this part back here yet.
This artichoke became an artichoke while we were gone, and now it went past that point.
Yeah,
And there's another one.
it's just there for our entertainment.
Yeah, it really is. It'll make babies, and we'll have more artichokes.
Oh,
in
let's
the
look at
future.
the tower here. Look,
The mint is just going off.
the tower is towering
Tower is still
to the
flowering.
sky. It was just a hummingbird there a little bit
I
ago.
think it's been flowering now for about 2 months.
Good, yeah, probably.
Great, I like that. I like that in a plant.
Yeah, and the mint I need to cut back. There's only so
Yeah,
much a
look
girl
how
can
good
do.
it's doing. Let's have some mojitos.
We should have some mojitos.
And the kale. Look at
Yeah,
this.
what the hell, kale?
The kale is 6 feet tall and flowering. So I don't know what that means for the edibility of it in the future, but I just picked a bunch of it, and I'm going to make a giant salad, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with it.
We might have to pull
Beyond
those
that.
up and just start over.
It
And
might
these are
be-
perfect.
That
The,
might be the case.
the
These
curly
are,
ones right now.
These are still doing fine.
The lettuce there kind of went bonkers. That's going to have to go.
Could have been eaten while we were gone, but it wasn't, so I think it's done. I've got some new lettuce coming up. The cilantro was leaning on a lettuce that I pulled up, and
That's the end of that.
yeah, it doesn't really want to stand up anymore.
Ow.
And of course, the horseradish is just doing great, as always. That's a cucumber.
So you did lemon cucumbers, I think.
Well, no, there's both kinds. But
Oh,
look,
yeah,
that's
okay,
a,
maybe
that's a
straight
straight
eight.
eight sort of
Yay,
cucumber.
I hope so. We had them really good one year.
Yeah. And we've got some, this variegated rose is just always so pretty, and it's doing really well.
Oops.
And behind it, these peas, this is the second year in a row that peas have just died back here. And I used to grow them there every year, and I built this new planter box,
They don't
put
like
some
that.
nice soil in there, and bam, it said, you know, no thanks, no thanks. We liked it before. This dahlia is just about to,
Is that the yellow and red
Bloom.
one, do you think?
yes, it is.
Okay. That's my
Um,
favorite.
And there's still garlic and onions and carrots in here that are just doing great. And then we've got this little purple dahlia.
Gotta look up the names.
We've had this one for years, 7 or 8 years, and it's always beautiful. This one's not really blooming yet, but you can tell it's doing just fine. And then this one was new last year, and it's really a fun one. I like this.
That's our fireworks.
And the sweet peas, I just finished tying those up. They were quite the mess, but they're just starting to bloom. And this thing, they grow all the way up to the top, and it's just a riot of color. It'll be great. And we have this star
Star
dahlia,
something dahlia.
and
Forget the name. That one too.
these, a couple of stray crocosmiuses, I moved them out of here, and I tried to get all the bulbs, but of course I missed a few. So I'll be pulling those up when they're done flowering. They're nice flowers anyway.
1 or 2 is okay in there, but
And-
the bunch
well,
was.
but it'll never stay 1 or 2.
I know. All those glads are about to.
They're all getting
Open
ready to
up.
go.
It's gonna be so pretty.
Yep. And there's a couple different kinds of glads in there, so that should be nice. And then these snapdragons. The snapdragons really went off.
This is the one
This
that's
one
broken.
busted off.
Yeah, it was a huge bunch of flowers and it just fell right over. I had to pull it up. And Sir Alfred here.
This is Sir Alfred, a giant dinner plate dahlia. It takes this bulb. I took a picture of it every day one year while it opened, and it took it like 15 days to open. But that'll be beautiful. We've got one red dahlia down in there.
That's the one the little frogs
The
like.
frogs love that.
Time to start looking for frogs.
And what else we got going on in here? Ranunculus.
No.
No.
Calendula.
Calendula. There we
That's
go.
the orange one. We like to put that on our salads and stuff because it's edible. I don't know what happened to the sage and something else was in there. Oh, no.
We still have some sage.
I think
No.
it might be gone.
The sage just disappeared.
There was one little branch. I think it's gone.
That's
It's
a
just
weed.
weird how things go. Yeah, I didn't get everything, all the weeds.
Down here, there's a little bit of a thyme. Yeah, the sage totally disappeared.
Yeah. That's a borage right here
Yeah, borage.
that you can also eat those flowers.
Some parsley. And the thyme is doing fantastic. Look at the flowers.
Yep. And the onion flowers are going crazy too. These are actually really super pretty, so we grow them a lot of times just for the flowers.
Yep.
And they are also, I might have said this last time, they're really good on salads and things once they open up. Oh, there you can kind of see. You can sprinkle those on things. Okay, I forgot the deadhead over here.
Oh.
I can't do it all.
Yep, the little garden. We planted a lot of marigolds this year, and these are the only ones that have survived.
I need to cut the dead ones off.
Somebody eats them.
This is going to be a chrysanthemum. We don't see that until another month or more.
Yep. Give us something for later in the year.
Yep.
Let's see, what else do we have? I guess we already talked about those. There's another chrysanthemum. The strawberries are duds. They're not really doing
There's
anything.
one really, really good one right here.
And there's flowers on them, so... you know,
I'm hopeful now. They look better than they did.
yeah, they do look better. These sweet peas, I got those tied up. They were kind of falling over.
This one's pretty. Doesn't look like very many colors. There's a light pink.
Well, not yet.
Oops. There's a light pink right here. Yeah.
There's a white one, blue one, red one. And in here, this was a total jungle. You can see that the ricotta pepper it's really taken off here. I had to tie it up so we could get through here. But it's doing just fine. I think it's going to make more than it made last year. I've got a few plants. This is a white ginger. It makes a beautiful flower, and it looks like it's thriving in here. The fern just volunteered itself.
That's going to overwater that plant.
Well, we can turn it off, which is a good idea. And then the tomatoes. I did come in here and get them tied up and kind of sorted through them a little bit. You can see we've got some ripe ones here. Just starting to get ripe on the cherry tomatoes. This one this is a determinate tomato.
Mountain Princess.
I'm not quite sure how to prune it, so it's just going crazy. I did kind of sort through it and tie it up a little bit. Here's another cherry tomato. This is the Sweet Million, and it's got some ripe ones, and it's starting to make quite a few flowers, so hopefully we're just getting into tomato season here. And then this early girl has two that are just starting to come ripe, and many, many more to come, so she's doing great. And more snapdragons.
Yeah, those did great in here, and we'll just have to do more next
I
year.
like it in there.
It's okay if they hang over like that. Just makes it.
This one had to hang out just to get some room.
Yeah, it might actually break off. Whoops, I'm not even paying attention when I. So this is pretty cool with the flowers out here. They really
then-
multiplied.
This is Irish moss, and it's maybe 8 months it's been in here, and it's really going good. It's almost all connected, and these flowers are great.
I think the flowers are more over here on the end where the sun is more,
Yep.
because down at that end it's just spriggy.
And if you'll remember from last month, the lemon tree was looking really bad, and it has just come all the way back. So we've got another snapdragon that's doing well here. The violas.
They were not getting enough water, so they didn't get attention.
This is another dahlia. It's taken its sweet time, but it's coming along. It'll bloom eventually. These peas just went nuts. I picked a large quantity of these. I should have weighed them probably, but then there's so many more. I got them tied up, so we just have to eat them. And
Oh, this will be a nice big
yeah.
glad too. One
Yep.
glad, two glad. Don't be too glad.
Yeah, it's gonna need a bigger stake to
And
tie
some
it to.
dinners right here.
And then this is the lettuce we started. We had a large salad off of this for dinner last night, and we'll finish this one tonight. And we've got 2 more here that we've got to get through, and it won't be too daunting a task. And little jasmine flower, and the plant is doing well. It's finally getting some height. And then back to another one of these lovely Dr. Seuss flowers.
They're fun.
African violet or something?
African daisy.
African daisy.
I didn't realize it was 2 of the same, I think, when we got them, but I don't care. They're really cool.
I think they were marked differently.
They're very alien looking. Pretty funny. You want to go on the deck?
Yeah, let's go up on the deck. Here's another one of the blue heritage sweet pea.
That one looks really good.
The first year we had that plant, we grew it up here on the deck, and so that everyone else's grandchildren of that first one. And the lobelia likes it up here.
It does great. I don't know what this is called. There's a tag.
And the love in the mist doesn't
And
seem to like it anywhere. And
the tuber roses, they're just not doing it. Thanks, my friend Carolyn gave those to me for my birthday, and I'm still waiting to see the flowers. I don't know that they're going to make it
we
here.
haven't seen any plants from them yet. So this thing is still looking like a tie-dye
Yeah.
extravaganza.
They just didn't. They do better if you can continually deadhead them, and I didn't do that for the last 2 weeks. Periwinkle's not really giving off a lot of flowers. That's this thing right here.
And
Snapdragon's weird, and this is the orchid.
yeah.
The orchid glad.
So there you have it. That's the garden for the beginning of July. It's July 4th.
So we'll see you again in August.
Yeah. We were paying too much attention to the Tower of Jewels and forgot all about the sunflowers in here. They're really pretty. Doing pretty well. We got, there's more coming.